It's drawn a line in the sand, and so have they. Rules meant to possess the outcome. They stand tall and wide with intent to remain unchanged. This is the line. These are the rules. This is the standard.
Fuck your standard.
To the old guard, it seems like industrial suicide. A twist too fast, a bullet too slow, a barrel too short. Nothing but flash and posture. The 8.6 Blackout. An animal you do not fuck with.
We can do gel tests, we can put sheetrock in front of the gel, do all the FBI testing, all traditional testing in a lab. Like, should I just develop it in a lab and then give it to you and tell you to go test it in the field? Like, I don't think that's correct. I think it's my job. You know, that burden's on me.
South Africa. A place not meant for fakes or basement warriors. Just bush and bone. Half the industry still benchmarks their products against museum pieces. They say 8.6 Blackout is not enough. Kevin's about to test that.
You get close to it. It's an animal that wants to hurt you and can kill you. And your equipment has to work. And you know, you got to be on point. You got to be sure. You got to make good shots. And if you make a questionable shot, you got to follow up as fast as you can. And I think I'll always be nervous. And I think that's the beauty of hunting buffalo.
And you focus in front of you. Because you think it's a frickin', 1,600 pound animal and it's going to be like, oh, how can you miss that? It's impossible. It's huge. You're going to see that. Well, there's a shit pile of PXs out there that'll tell you otherwise, who've got a horn up their ass and got a second asshole.
It takes days under the sun, amongst the thorns. None of it matters and none of it cares. Tracking Black Death comes at a price.
Where we are here up in the hills and the mountains, and it's limited road access. It's thick bush. We get some relatively flat terrain on the tops, but a lot of it's steep, a lot of it's thick bush, and it's not easy. You don't know what you're going to find. It's not like we know exactly how many buffalo are here. Or how many solid boss bulls there are. And this is as difficult and as frustrating, if not more frustrating, than some of the hunts we've had in Mozambique or Cameroon. So it ain't a slam dunk. It's pretty difficult. Just double checking out. Sometimes they like to be around the corner here on the hill.
Yeah. That's where I think they're going to be, is over there.
Inlento leli ngaphezulu abona tower pha ngaphezulu.
Says they see him up on top.
Phezulu pha. Into ezimbili ngayibona ngapha.
Notch 8.6 with a pork chop, aim point micro on a reptilian mount. Got it mounted forward, it's faster for me, and have Maker's 350 expanding subsonic.
It's like a little bit of a, we walk around, we walk on the edge over here, we might be around the corner from them.
If they get a whiff of you, yeah, you got no chance.
If they're going up there now and we start cruising up, they could just stop and turn around and back down. I'd rather they went up into that thick shit and then we try to get above them and see. But if we go up now, I'm pretty certain they're going to turn around and...
If we get above them now, they're probably going to wind us.
I think we're pretty biked either way.
You know, they just outsmarted us.
This isn't a safari rifle. This is the fix. Folding stock, 45-degree bolt throw, 12-inch barrel, chambered in 8.6 Blackout, suppressed. We didn't build the fix to play dress up or win nostalgia points. It's not trying to fit in. It's not here to impress traditionalists. It's just here to outperform everything else.
The bolt gun was a place we could really innovate and make a real impact. I knew there was a need for a more modern bolt gun. And it's one area where still, I think other than us, that there's no innovation in the bolt gun. I think you still see it today. There's just no innovation in bolt guns other than us. We spent 1 hour in a meeting, we wrote it on the whiteboard, what the gun should be. And we all agreed. And, Nick Schaefer's the one that wanted to throw the chassis in the garbage, he and Ethan. And it's like, chassis is the wrong move. We do a one-piece receiver, we put a handguard and a barrel in one end and a stock on one end. And that eliminates, we use a barrel extension like an AR-15, and that eliminates a steel receiver. Like, the chassis is dumb. There are so few things I would change on the fixed rifle today, and no one would even notice. And that's over 100 parts in that gun, and the only common parts are a mag catch spring and an AR pistol grip. And, what we ended up with is just spectacular. There is such a wonderful difference between 90-degree throw like a Remington and most bolt guns and a 45-degree. You're so much faster. I understand why no one's done the fix. The 45-degree bolt throw is so difficult, but it matters so much. It changes the bolt gun. But other companies don't do it because it's difficult and it costs millions of dollars to develop it. But I think that's sort of the story of the fix, really.
When I think of a bolt action rifle, I'm thinking of, your Winchester Model 70, your Remington, that sort of thing, the Hill Country, and, you get real fancy, you talk about a Rigby or something like that. Kevin comes up and he's got this Pelican and it's this fucking big, and I'm thinking, is this a double? And I piece this thing together. And I'll never forget, I was sitting at the Durban airport in KwaZulu-Natal, and got the policeman there. We're doing serial numbers and passports and all this. This guy comes over, bald head, got a beard, and real chill, like just chill, no big deal, like quiet. Just wouldn't say quiet now, but back then, yeah. Pulls in, he opens up his Pelican, and I see this thing, and I'm like, what in the fuck is this backyard fucking garage bloody put put together freaking, what the fuck is this? Because he pulls it out and he like flicks the stock open, you know, unfolds the stock, looking at the serial number. I'm like, oh fuck. This looks like, you know, 3D printed this fucking thing, you know, bought half the shit off fucking Amazon or Temu or, you know, Wish.com. I was not convinced. Mag. We get to the range and he starts explaining 45-degree bolt throw, straight pull. So it's like halfway between a blazer and a bolt action rifle, because he's got the 45-degree bolt throw, but then it's on, you know, it slides straight backwards and forwards. So there's none of this fucking jiggly wiggly shit, which I've had a Model 70 fucking fail on me because such a long bolt pull that I've, you know, had the pressure on the back of the bolt going forward and I've skipped over the top of the bullet, you know, the round, you know. So I see this thing, I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, we get to the range and he starts explaining this shit. I would say within an hour of being at the range, not, you know, I was fucking blown away. Like, that whole thing about do not judge a book by its cover, 100% true. Up, I mean, one in this portal. Getting up.
Man, the moment Ethan and I did the gel test with 8.6, I knew we could hunt anything on the planet with it.
I mean, I've seen lots of barns and they, you know, they petal back and they got a little bit of twist. That 8.6 comes out and the wound channel it leaves is incredible.
You know, seeing the penetration, seeing the damage that it was doing, seeing the exit wounds, seeing the trauma, seeing that we weren't tracking anything. You know, we decided to go for Cape Buffalo. I was confident.
Born from 338 Federal, twisted faster than anything else and purpose-built to kill clean from short barrels. Supersonic when you want and need to power through at distance. And subsonic when you want silence and a heavy hit. It's the utility round of the future, and the industry hates it.
You know, from sub and super, it's an all-rounder. I mean, I've seen so much shit from Buffalo to Diker shot that I don't know what else to tell you. It's just, it really is an incredible cartridge.
As barrels have gotten shorter over time, the twist needs to get faster to get the same RPMs as you're getting with a long, slower twist barrel. You can't just cut the barrel down. You're not going to get optimum performance.
You get close enough to smell them. You're close enough to get charged. If the wind shifts, it's over. If you flinch, you die. The fix roars with a silence that shakes the earth, like a lion's bite from a cobra, mighty and sharp. A hurricane-force whisper. And suddenly, it's over.
We good, Rad? We were lucky with the wind. It was swirling a bit, but it was consistent long enough for us to use the wind to get close. And I'm probably 20 yards, and they were in the open, and they separated enough for me to get a shot. 8.6. I mean, we keep proving what it can do, even though they say it won't. So, I don't know. There's not a tougher animal in the world than a Cape buffalo. So it makes it exciting. It is dangerous, but you know, I love product development and innovation and the testing aspect of it. And you know, I think this is part of what separates our company from others. You know, we do the gel test, and the bullets are all pretty and look good with a fast twist. But you know, somebody's got to come stand in front of a buffalo and try it. So look forward to seeing Hornady out here with 338 ARC doing the same thing.
This isn't a safari video, it's a thesis on velocity, on silence, on innovation. Performance is king. With a respect for tradition, we do not participate. We build rifles to challenge what's come before, what's come and gone, steadily and without compromise, rewriting this so-called standard.
We want to innovate. We really want change more than we want more money. And I think it's very uncommon, and I think that's very unfortunate.